listening about water conservation everywhere. So, and it's all scripted in all the videos which we listen and see anywhere. So, let's ask to some people in our school premises what do they think about water conservation. So, I want to ask you a question that we just keep on listening about water conservation everywhere. So, as an individual, what do you think you can do for conserving water?
Look, water conservation is not something which you have to make a really huge deal about. But at an individual level, we can always chip in and do something about it. Like, let's make it about the water.
Winters are coming, we must not drink excessive water. We must drink water that is actually useful for us. Average person drinks 8 liters and it's enough for us for a day. We should not drink more than that. Plus, we come to school. Sometimes we are not able to use the whole water bottle. So it's not throw that water. We must pour that water into plants.
And also the RO
It would be useful.
It leaks out the water which is completely useless. So we can always divert that into our gardens, and we can also collect it in a bucket, and the next morning we can always take a shower with it.
Thank you very much. So, as we keep on listening about water conservation every time. So, as an individual, how do you think water conservation is relevant?
See, water conservation is absolutely relevant because water is life. So if you want to conserve life, you have to conserve water, right? Absolutely every biological form has water, and every biological form is living because of water. Right? Now the question is it's a very big topic to be discussed about, but to put it in few words, I would say that conservation of water is important because every product, see right now every product that we have, whether it's a t-shirt or it's a paper or it's plastic or anything, it has some amount of water that has been consumed, right? So there's something called virtual water. So everything that you have, even making this building, you have consumed some water. For making this trouser or shirt, you have consumed some water which is there in the plant, you use it making the plant grow. So there is a concept of virtual water, right? There is water which is being consumed all the time in all the products that we are using. So every day-to-day life, not just water for bathing, not just water for industries, not just water for domestic work or at school or just drinking or bathing. Water has relevance beyond this that we do not see. Every product that we buy has some amount of water that has been consumed. How do we think about the future? How do we think about, because you know about the world is going into a cycle of consumption of products, and in this cycle, water has a very important role. So I think it's very important for everybody, each one of us, to think about measures by which we can conserve water. There are a lot of problems that we face because people unnecessarily waste water at home, at school. Also a lot of effluents which are just randomly put into the rivers and the ponds, and there's a lot of loss of things which go into the groundwater, pollute the groundwater. So it's a very big topic to be discussed, but in these few words I can explain you about water.
Thank you so much.
Why it's relevant.
Thank you so much.
First is naturally your wildlife conservation, and second one is water conservation. I think water conservation should be first because that is leading you towards wildlife conservation also, because everyone needs water to survive in this world. Water conservation is one of the, and this is one area which is not being taken care in India at all. So this is one area where I think the students of our school can work a lot to spread awareness. First of all, I started from if I am doing something, then only I can ask somebody else to do. No running water to be used for watering the plant or washing the vessels or cleaning up of drains. Always use something which, if you can do it with one bucket, always try to do it with one bucket instead of using two buckets. And I don't know how successful this is going to be in bringing a change, but I have told my students always to carry their water bottle and use don't refill it till you use the last drop of it.
what are your views on that? How can we conserve water in our school premises? How can we implement it?
As far as the school premises are concerned, not only in our school, any school can use it or should use it. Reprocessing of water means recycling, and rainwater harvesting as much as possible in the school compound, and recycling in so many ways. Recycling means the use of water in the toilets can be recycled. Wastage of water, when saving of water means waste of water can be restricted. Rainwater harvesting, along with the rainwater harvesting, the saving of water means a school compound can be designed in such a way so the rain water can be stored as much as possible, and it can be used for watering plants and so many other things, washing of vehicles and so many things. So this way a school can use or implement conservation of water resources.
So the next question is like, what effect would Earth have if you do not conserve water? So I'd like to ask from you.
If we don't conserve water, if we don't conserve water, we should face many problems. Like some scientists have said that we should have drag some big ices from the mountains for our in our future for our daily use of water.
Thank you very much. Now I'd like to ask the same question from you.
As the drinking water in our earth is 3%, and in future, if we waste water and we do not conserve our water, the water as our daily needs, we need water for bathing, drinking, and for
Many household uses.
And in future, if we do not conserve water, we will be thirsty, and we need water for many things.
Thank you very much.
In fact, there can be a scarcity of water, and I have read in a newspaper that in Wipro, many women walk miles to get water to drink and to fulfill their other daily needs.
Thank you very much.
Like the water which we are using for this, in our plants, half of that is wastage, and that wastage we can reuse or recycle in a house. By what my daughter has done, she only pointed me why we are wasting this water for hours and hours. It is being wasted out. So we selected 2 pots in our house, and we started using that water and started watering those 2 plants. And we wanted to see whether there is a damage or something happened to that, but it wasn't. So now whenever, especially it's a duty been assigned to my daughter, my son, and some of us, whenever we have time, that rather than wasting complete wastage, 3-4 water bottles we are filling it up, and we are using for watering those plants, whichever we have in our house. So there is no as such bad health, or any change has taken place in the plants. So that way, one, conservation from home. Secondly, as we all know that using the showers and all that is really wasting the water. So if during summer times, if we avoid such things, okay, we are not stopping, not by doing all that shower and all that, but avoid for few days, at least once a week or twice a week, you can just use bucket and all that. So it may help in conserving the water. Little bit of contribution may lead to the maximum. So if from and the second thing is making people aware of that, without knowledge, without realizing the consequences, we are wasting the water, though we are not doing purposefully. So we are not realizing what loss we are doing to them. Water bottles which children, especially you people, what I have done in my last school children, we have started this campaign. school children, because in Bangalore it was not very hot, so we requested all the students that whenever you are returning back to your home and you have water bottles, so just keep, if you have 2 water bottles, one is finished and second is also still containing some water, put some water from that bottle into one of the containers we have kept it. So most of the students, rather than throwing on each other and throwing on the bus and wasting it, and at reaching home, mothers are not realizing the importance and they are throwing on the bottle. So we kept one container and we were putting that unused or leftover water into that container, and that was used by the gardeners after school hours for gardening. So that was one of the important factors which we have started off there. But again, for that, students need to realize, it is just not one person's job. So we need to, I think it is important is to make people aware, because availability is really decreasing. The amount of water, the quality of water is going down. So I think conservation, not for us, but for the coming generations. So that is important. I think that it is not becoming a requirement, it is becoming a necessity. And yes,
But as you said that you collected water in a big container.
there was a big drum sort of thing. So students on their own, rather than spilling here and there, they were putting in that container, that big drum. Yeah, then.
But if you contain the whole amount of water in that container, then mosquitoes would breed.
No, daily basis, those gardeners were waiting for those hours after school hours. They used to use that water either for cleaning purposes and or for watering the plants. We used to have a big campus area. So little bit, at least one portion of that garden was watered by that plant, by that water, conserved water. That is in true sense, I think, is a conservation. And next, whenever we are going in the campus or wherever we are going, do we have a gut feeling that if the tap is leaking, we are also just waving off and we are going away from there rather than going and closing that one. So that thing has to come from inside. You can't force the things. And sometimes we go to washroom and we have seen the washroom taps are open. So I think it should be avoided. And your generation especially, you people are aware of it. Students especially, who are the tomorrow and who are the future, I think they have started taking such steps for all that stuff, and I really appreciate that, because realization and then doing something for that is the first step.
You know that water scarcity is a burning topic in present era. So in that context, I would like to ask you a question. How can we implement water conservation in our school vicinity?
Okay.
Now, see, although I may not have actually seen water harvesting taking place, but I have a little cottage in the hills, and there I find that the people in the hills are really involved in rainwater harvesting. And even the cottage that we have had those the pipes and the funnels and everything made so that rainwater harvesting takes place. And in fact, all our water requirement is based on rainwater, all the rainwater that we collect. If we could have something like that implemented in our school premises as well, if we could have certain measures taken, that would be very nice. And I know that certain rules are in place. Even when any kind of new construction takes place, they have to create some pits, I've heard from the school engineer, so that the top water can be collected, it doesn't flow away. And not only that, as students I feel water wastage can be stopped, definitely, because we have so many water points throughout the school. And if each one of us, the teachers and the children, if we could take some measures to ensure that water wastage doesn't take place, that we turn off the taps after use, that would be great. And as the cultural coordinator of the school, I can say that there's so many nukkad natas happening all the time. Yeah, so if we can spread this message through nukkad natas for encouragement, and if this could be spread, that would be really good. So these are my views.